Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on The Flash Season 7. So the first thing, I just want to thank you guys for 300,000 subscribers. We actually hit it yesterday from when this video is going up. Hopefully, at least it was yesterday. Not too sure exactly when this is going up, but I plan to going up the day after. Caught me off guard, didn't realize we're going to cross it, so thank you everyone that told me, and thank you to everyone that has subscribed, watches the videos, everything like that. Not here unless it's without you. It's a shared milestone. So thank you everyone that subscribed, and yeah, we move forward. So thank you very much for that. I greatly appreciate it. So we have come off one of the best episodes of The Flash in its entire run since season 1. Not saying it was the best episode. There are still episodes at top. Episode 2 of season 7. However, many of you were saying that you would easily put it in your top 10, some even in your top 5. So it will be interesting to see how they not only follow the events of that episode into, episode 3 of 7, which is in reality what the season 6 finale was meant to be, but also how they follow on from that big cliffhanger at the end of episode 2 with the original Harrison Wells, the Harrison Wells that Eobard Thawne killed and took over, returning to existence, beaming up, back to life, being reborn. Will he transition to life, again in like a smooth fashion, or will there be some bumps, or will it be a completely bumpy ride? That'll be very interesting, and episode 3 will follow on. We don't have to wait too long. We now know it's going to play out in episode 3. But in this video, we're going to be going over the promo images for episode 3 of season 7, which we now obviously know is called Mother, which give us a tease at a few things, including one moment that was teased in a previous trailer already as well. But first, and I don't usually do this too often just because the time doesn't usually require it. But I am curious about what you guys are thinking about and questioning right now in regards to the show. So do let me know any questions about events from the first 2 episodes of this season of The Flash. Things you are confused by, or you just want me to break down potentially in some way, shape or form. Whether maybe it's about the return of the OG Wells or another topic. Let me know in the comment section down below those questions, and I'll might include them in a video coming up. So yeah, let me know. And of course, if you're going to enjoy the video and you're looking forward to any of the stuff happening in season 7 of The Flash, why not drop a like on it? It takes 2 seconds. So quickly, here's just a synopsis to refresh your minds in regards to episode 3. As Eva becomes more powerful, Barry and team must find a way to stop her. They are shocked when an old friend, Sue Dearborn, risks her life to help. I know, is Rick coming in? No, it's risks. Now just spoil it, even though not really. Sue's not in these promo images. She's not in the trailer. She's not in the promo images. She's not anywhere, but she's in the synopsis, so that's good enough, I guess. Now, we might get more promo images than what is provided now at this time, which might include Sue or something along those lines. Sometimes that is the case with an episode like this. They release some more later, but for now, we have 6 promo images to go over and chat about. So 6 promo images for what it would have been the season 6 finale. Is it Destiny? I don't know. For some reason, I thought Destiny had 6 letters. It's 7, so it's not Destiny. But first up, we do have this picture of Cisco and Caitlin. Now, I emphasize Caitlin because last episode, it was all Frost. Now, I was not too sure whether we were going to be getting just a lot of Frost, and maybe she was taking, sole ownership over this. And I know you could argue this is a promo image, so sometimes it's things that are taken on set. But it's not like, Frost isn't completely CGI. Like, Daniel Panabaker gets the makeup. So if this is a Frost scene, she would look like Frost because it's makeup. So I am interested to see, their dynamic there. Eric Wallace has said that there is going to be more development with that because they've sort of rushed Caitlin and Frost back into the show. They weren't meant to be back until probably an episode 4 or 5 maybe. Because Daniel Panabaker was pregnant. So I'm interested to see how her storyline changes, or at least what they plan to do with the character going forward. So that'll be intriguing. But you can't really get too much context to this. There's something on the screen behind them, like one of those heat maps and stuff like that. Maybe that's where Eva is doing things, like taking people, like we saw at the end of last episode. Maybe that's what's going on there, but little context, so hard to really jump into too much there. Now, the next one is fairly interesting. It's Joe and Cecile in this, underground area. Based off the trailer, I would assume this is Central City Police Department. I'm not too sure exactly where it is. I don't know if it's you could argue maybe it's Barry's, lab there. Maybe they're looking through the big window or something, but it looks a bit scary. I'm not going to lie. I'm looking at this going, this looks like it's got a bit of a horror feel going on with good old Joe and Cecile here. But by the trailer, it looked like Joe was locked in CCPD, or at least he willingly puts himself in there. One of the two. And Cecile must be joining him, or maybe she goes there just so he's not by himself. Who knows? She'd be there from time to time, obviously. But obviously, we know with the COVID plans that they can't have multiple, like too many people in the one room doing the one scene. So usually they said it's about 3 or 4 at most. So you're going to see a lot of like split scenes, which I think actually allows for better scenes, if that makes sense. You're not having like 7 people stand there and like it just feels like they're standing there for no reason. Like only 3 people are talking. It feels like everyone that's involved in scenes matters. So that actually, like COVID actually might be helping involving all the characters in a weird way, which I guess is good. This is an example of it. So we were talking about how there's like, people were saying, oh, well, with Chester P. Rank and Allegra coming in, that allows like this just like that just adding even more to an already bloated cast. But you get an example like this where this scene is probably just going to be these 4 characters looking at something and developing something and figuring something out. And then maybe Barry and Iris are elsewhere, Joe and Cecile are elsewhere, etc., etc. So it splits the cast and allows everyone to have their moments, and for a lot of other characters to interact as well, which maybe they wouldn't normally interact with at a longer point in time. Now you can see it's dark. Now we know in the trailer that they block all the windows, so there's no light coming in, so there's no reflective surfaces. So if there's no light, then the windows aren't reflective, so Eva can't use them to travel through and use to do her dastardly deeds. So it's going to be a very dark episode, and I did see people on Twitter saying that it looked like these images look very good, and these are usually, they've started using like almost like screenshots from the episode. And I think last episode was screenshots. So what you're looking at here is pretty much what the episode's going to look like, because they're screenshots for the most part. And it looks good to me. It seems like they've added like effort almost to make it look stylistically better. Maybe it's a time thing, because the episodes take a tiny bit longer to film because of COVID. So maybe that little bit of extra time that's needed to film adds more prep time as well, so it allows them to make things look a bit better. I'm not too sure, but it does look a bit better. Now we do have Barry and Iris here. Now Iris, or Candice Patton here, who's playing Iris, looks awake, like her eyes are open. So I think she's there. She knows what's going on, but maybe she doesn't full strength, or maybe because of what Eva's doing, taking over people in the real world, making more mirror clones and stuff. It's sort of, messing with Iris a bit, but I think Iris will be a key in regards to taking down Eva and Mirror Master and what she's planning to do. I think with Eva taking over this world and stuff like that, it's just in turn making Iris even more powerful, which is a bit of like, a bit funny when you think about it. Eva's trying to get more, like, do what she needs to do, but in turn she's making the person, or the only person who can really make a difference and take it down ultimately, at least play a big part in it, Eva more powerful, which is pretty funny. So Eva's sort of like setting up her own L, if that makes sense. But we get some spoiler here. This looks like it's after the deed's done, after Eva's taken down, Iris has come to, everything like that. I think she's wearing the same clothes that she came out of the Mirror Master in. The Mirrorverse, sorry, I might say. And I'm not too sure what the purple light means. Not sure if that is setting up a certain villain that could be there, or if it's just a nice purple light that was always there. Maybe it's just someone has one of those weird LED lights that changes colors and they've put it back in the background there. But do a Barry and Iris there. So they're doing an outdoor scene. So I'll be interested to see what happens. I'm assuming this is towards the end of the episode. It just seems like an end of the episode shot. But here is the big one. And this is our first little proper introduction, or at least look at original Harrison Wells and official promo material. And as we can tell, he is in Starlabs, but also the big thing is that he's actually wearing the same outfit that Wellsabard, or the Harrison Wells controlled by Eobard Thawne, wore to the Particle Accelerator launch in season 1. But he is wearing the original Harrison Wells glasses. They have the clear rims, or see-through rims, whichever way you want to word it, while Wellsabard had the black rims, which is like similar glasses to what like Harry from Earth 2 wore and stuff like that. Now, there is potential drama here. I think Grant Gustin said in an interview that it's not going to be like smooth sailing with this character, because it's important to remember this, this Harrison Wells, this original Harrison Wells has come back to life in present day, 20 years after he was taken over by Eobard Thawne, with his life work already having happened, that being the particle accelerator, his vision already being built, which was Starlabs. It's very important to remember, he died before Starlabs was made and before anything like that. So Star-Labs is now a thing and once he comes back to life. And also the love of his life, Tess Morgan, is dead. Like, is this twist for this season that has been teased from what we know about him before, is that he is sort of like anti-Team Flash? At least he's a big disruptor because he's sort of reclaiming what's his. Maybe he just doesn't want them in Star-Labs. Even like, and as I said, even though it wasn't built, because it's just like he just sees it as his, like it's his property and stuff like that. Like as I said before, it wasn't built at the time of his death. It was just a vision doodled down on like a napkin I think it was. But they could do it that he realizes that like Team Flash needs him to help the Flash. Otherwise Central City will pay, whether it's in this episode or later episodes. And maybe we see the good side of Wells that, that there always was come through in this original version. But it's going to be interesting to see the dynamic between this Wells and everything else, because it's not a Wells that they've hung out with before. It's a Wells that died 13, 14 years before Barry even became the Flash and all this Starlab stuff even happened. So it could be a very curiosity-driven storyline. But I guess the big question around this is like, will the cliffhanger out of this episode relate to the original Harrison Wells again, or something else? As I said, I think it was in my trailer breakdown for this episode. There was a shot in one of the season trailers where they show footage from multiple episodes with Barry and some of the other Team Flash members looking up at like a bright light. Like this could be in episode 3 or this upcoming episode at the end of the episode that maybe sets up the next story following the Mirror Master arc, or maybe it's in episode 4 or 5 or something along those lines. We'll have to wait and see, but I wonder what the cliffhanger will be. Could they attach it to him again? Who knows? You can always let me know what you think in the comments section down below in regards to that. There might not even be one. Maybe the episode 2 stuff was the big stuff, and episode 3 they just go from beginning to end almost like a normal episode, but action packed to make it feel like a finale. But who knows what they're going to do. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show support. Let me know in the comments section down below your various opinions on what we went over in this video in regards to these promo images. What we're looking forward to most in the episode. Are any theories stemming out of any of them? I'm always curious to hear what you guys have to say. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you guys later. Goodbye.